Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Now they got a working phone / camera again. My computer's back up. I want to get caught up I was in the process of showing my funny animal books, my Dells and Disney and Looney Tunes stuff and whatnot from the golden age. But I only got through the Donald Duck video, and now they got working camera again. I want to show my Mickey Mouse books. I don't have as many Mickey books as I do Donald, but I do have some. And as I mentioned before in the other video, Dell and Disney didn't let a lot of their artists sign their work back then, so I don't know who a lot of these covers are, but you had a lot of big name artists like, Jack Manning and Tony Strobel, Paul Murray, and most notoriously Floyd Gottfredson. He's probably the seminal Mickey Mouse artist. He drew the first Mickey Mouse comic story for Dell, Mickey and the Phantom Blot. So we'll get back to him later. I know a couple of these are reprints of Gottfredson's stuff, but I don't know exactly who did a lot of these covers, so I apologize for that. We're starting off here. This is Dell 4-color 170 Mickey Mouse on Spook Island. It's in horrible shape. This book's from 1948. And these belong to a little kid, and that's why they're so rough, but that's a cool cover. 194, 4-color 194, also in horrible shape. Mickey Mouse in the World Under the Sea. I really like this cover with the shark, but as you can see, it's ripped heavily in the bottom. It's a poor copy. This is 4-color 214, Mickey Mouse and his Sky Adventure. And as you can see, he was paired up with Goofy in most of these. And this one's in rough shape as well, not as bad as the others. This is 4-color 231, Mickey Mouse and the Raja's Treasure. And they're starting to get, it's still not great, but it's better than the earlier copies. Here we have 4-color 248, Mickey Mouse and the Black Sorcerer. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that's a Gottfredson issue, reprint of early Gottfredson stuff. Next is 4-color 261, Mickey Mouse and the Missing Key. And this one is 4-color 268, Mickey Mouse's Surprise Visitor, and this is not very politically correct anymore, I'd imagine. But back then this stuff was commonplace. And I know this is a Floyd Gottfredson issue, and as I'll get to later, some of the stuff he did early on was pretty controversial. Here is 4-color 296, Mickey Mouse, but Private Eye for Hire. It says, this is an animated cover. To make it move, see directions on back cover. And I don't get that, because I have a Donald Duck that says the same thing, but I need to check those out and see what those mean. But moving along, dog's trying to creep up behind me on my comics. That's not going to happen. Back it up. Whoa. Yeah, you're distracting me. Go sit down, Oscar. Okay. Next up, we have 4-color 304, and I believe this is another Gottfredson reprint, Mickey Mouse and Tom Tom Island, but somebody must have painted their room and not put this book away. It's got paint all over it, ruined. Here's 313, and now we're starting to get, I guess this issue is probably around 51 or 52. In 1948, the kid was mangling his books. I guess he's getting a little older. He either got tired of reading the funny books or taking better care of them now. So, because these all, like I said, they all came from basically one big lot. All my funny animal books did. And 313 is Mickey Mouse and the Mystery of the Double Cross Ranch, and I really like this cover. It's a Western theme, and it's in a much better shape than a lot of the other stuff. Again, here's another cover I really like. I think this might also be a reprint of an older one, Mickey Mouse in the Haunted Castle. Again, it's him and Goofy, and they're chasing a wee leprechaun. This is 343. Mickey Mouse in the Ruby Eye of Homer Guy M. So, and him and Goofy are diving for these huge rubies there. This is 4-color 352, Mickey Mouse and the Mystery of Painted Valley. Again, I like that cover. It's pretty much early on. It seemed like it was it was him and Goofy all the time until 362 Mickey Mouse and the Smuggled Diamonds. There's Minnie, and that's a weird looking rendition of Minnie. It really, Robot Chicken did a bit with Nicky and Donald about they're at a bar drinking, and it goes something about how why would they be attracted? Why Mickey's like, why would I be attracted to Minnie Mouse? It looks like me in drag, and God, that one really does. That does not look. I don't know what a female cartoon mouse is supposed to look to, but she looks a bit mannish. I'll say that. Not the best rendition there, but cool cover. And I think it's Figaro the cat. Could be wrong. Moving along. Actually, you could consider drag Minnie, I guess, like the equivalent of Superman Metrosexual Man today. They had to feminize her up a little bit after that, I guess. But here's 371, Mickey Mouse, the Inca Idol Case. And yeah, it's Mickey and Goofy stealing a big old egg, and this one's in pretty rough shape, actually. I remember this one, and I think I had a reprint of this when I was little. This is 4-color 3D7, Mickey Mouse in High Tibet. I do remember that from the days of my youth, so I must have had. I know they reprinted a lot of these, multiple times. So, and again, like I said, I don't have very much Mickey stuff, so we're already coming down the home stretch here. Sorry about the camera movement. All right, here we have 4-color 401 Mickey Mouse and Goofy's Mechanical Wizard. I like that cover a lot. But yeah, they were always putting them together. Minnie pop in a book here and there, but yeah, not much love for Minnie or Pluto in these, it seems like. Here is 411 Mickey Mouse and the Old Sea Dog. It's in pretty good shape. I like a lot of these covers. And this is a good one. I wish it was in better shape. It has a rip right there and another one under the grasshopper. But this is one of the Dell Giants at 25-cent cover price in the 50s. Was a big deal. They're oversized with the big spine, and they're a little harder to find in good shape because of this spine. But this is Silly Symphonies #1 with the 3 little pigs and Mickey. I wish it was in better shape. Here's this is 4-color 509. This is Pluto with Mickey, and that one's in pretty nice shape. Actually, no, it's not. It's got a rip up there. These last two are in rough shape, but again, they're Disney stuff. This is 4-color 629, and this is Lady and the Tramp with Jock from the movie. And this one I should have showed before this because it's earlier. This is 4-color 227. It's in rough shape, but it's Walt Disney's Seven Dwarfs, which was one of their first. I believe it might even. I think it was Disney's first animated film feature released in the movies. So, one last thing I want to show, and I had mentioned Floyd Gottfredson earlier. These were put out in the 80s by Eternity Comics, and it's the Uncensored Mouse. And it says right there, a classic collection of uncensored Floyd Gottfredson comic strips from the 1930s. And you notice they don't say that it's Mickey Mouse. Okay? They did this without Disney's permission. They took these strips from the 30s that Gottfredson did of Mickey, and they picked the most controversial ones that were racial or violent and would be deemed unacceptable in by today's standards. And there's a reason Disney never reprinted those, but Eternity specifically targeted these strips, and they printed them. They had them polybagged so no one could just pick them up and look through them. And they had a big disclaimer on the inside of the cover that Mickey Mouse is property of Walt Disney. But the thing was, these strips, Disney had not renewed the copyright on. They had fell into public domain. So Attorney got a hold of these, and they made two compilations, 2 issues, and Disney took them to court immediately and got them stopped before the 3rd issue. But they're very controversial, obviously. And they're a good read if you're interested to see this part of history. They're kind of screwed up, and you can see why Disney was not pleased about this. But I have both number 1 and number 2. These are my sealed polybag copies. I have 2 reader copies as well that I bought when they came out in the 80s and that I read. So those are really cool, and they're not too expensive. I think maybe they're worth like 20 bucks a pop. But very interesting read, and I recommend it. It's a piece of history, much like Disney's Song of the South, that Disney tries to pretend didn't happen. So I hope you enjoyed looking at my Mickey Mouse and some other Disney Dell stuff and my Uncensored Mouse books. And thank you for taking the time to watch these. I enjoyed sharing them with you as always. Keep an eye out for the Uncensored Mouse reader copies. It's a pretty cool thing to see. And everyone, take care of yourselves, and happy comic book reading.